Hi, I'm Coach Abby. Thank you for tuning in to Love Advice TV. Love Advice TV is a channel that has been developed with the sole purpose of helping you navigate through your different relationship challenges. Today, I'm going to talk on a topic, and I welcome you to it because I think it's so important. And it refers to why silence speaks louder than words. And I want you to contemplate on that just a little bit. You know, sometimes when we're in the middle of a breakup or after the breakup, we've got so much to say. We need to really just let them know exactly how we feel, what we don't feel, all of these things. And whether you believe it or not, there's so much more said in silence. The beauty of silence, it is ambiguous. And what I mean by that, it can mean many things in an interpersonal relationship. It can mean you're sad, or you're joyful, you're in denial, you're fear. You agree with the breakup, you don't agree with the breakup. It creates a sense of mystery. We totally detach the emotion part, and with it, it really is just a wonderful way of saying a lot of things that they alone can interpret without you having to say it yourself. Another thing that it is very, very important as far as implementing silence, and that is when we are angry. The restraint of tongue is so important because at the end of the day, you know, anger is a lethal weapon, and it really is. But it not only slays the other, it slays you. It leaves you forever with all this, guilt and repeating to yourself everything that you said at a moment of anger. So I think it's so important to recognize that there is a negative emotion spinning inside. Just keep quiet. Let it wither away. Don't communicate it. Do not text. Do not drunk text. And that's something that we could spend a whole video on because I find that, people in the middle of the night have this situation of having this need to let their ex know all the reasons why they got separated for whatever reason. And normally it's because they had maybe one drink too many. But again, that's another topic for another video. And it's also important to note that when I say that silence speaks louder than words, it doesn't mean give them the silent treatment. The silent treatment is really tremendously damaging to a relationship. And what I mean by that, it's usually used as a form of punishment. It's manipulative. It's a way of controlling the environment. It's when you go into that whole complete shutdown and there's absolutely no communication. It's a very big difference, and just by keeping a restraint of tongue, of being able to wait for the appropriate moment to then open up a communication versus just completely shutting down. So as we refer to the silent treatment, and this is again, it differs tremendously with just being able to have a restraint of tongue. You have to think of the tantrum a child does. And when they all of a sudden just say no and no and no, and they're belligerent and they literally lose their emotional compass, that's how we act up to a certain extent by implementing the silent treatment. But without saying no and no and no, we just shut down. And it creates such distance, such internal anger, because we are in a relationship. If we go to Webster's, it's two people that are communicating. And that's the whole purpose. The whole purpose is to have a fluid communication, to share our emotions, to be able to build a solid and healthy relationship. But when we get into the habit of these silent treatments, little by little, we participate and really killing our loves for each other. So it's a dangerous path. I tremendously suggest that we reconsider before bringing that into your relationship. I welcome you and invite you to book a session with me. Let's discuss the different strategies of implementing a silence before saying things versus the damaging silent treatment. Because at the end of the day, yes, shh is very important, but it depends on how you use it, which creates a lasting effect. Please make sure to hit the subscribe button and leave your comments below. Until next time, I'm Coach Abby.